The fact that you just traded on that proves that you can't be trusted.
Hands in the air. Turn around slowly.
I cannot believe you just asked me
You
that.
respected me enough not to lie to my face.
We took that final step and lived to tell the tale.
Warning. If you are not caught up on the latest General Hospital drama, you may want to pause right now, because what we are about to break down is going to shake you to your core. Spoilers are coming, and they are heavy. You have been warned. Welcome to General Hospital Media, the channel where Port Charles never sleeps and the drama never stops. And today, we are diving straight into one of the most explosive storylines brewing in Port Charles right now. Because something is happening behind the scenes that could destroy an innocent young woman's entire life, and the person responsible is hiding in plain sight, smiling like nothing is wrong. We are talking about Josslyn Jacks. And we are talking about a setup so cold, so calculated, it will make your jaw drop. Here is where things stand. A shooting has taken place. Cullum is down. The question on everyone's lips in Port Charles is who pulled that trigger. And right now, all signs are being pointed directly at Josslyn. But here's the thing that has viewers absolutely losing their minds. Josslyn did not do this. She is being framed. And the man behind it? Cassius. A name that has been lurking in the shadows of this storyline, moving pieces on the board like a chess grandmaster while everyone else is too distracted by the chaos to see what is really going on. Let that sink in for a second. Cassius is not just covering his own tracks here. He is actively constructing a case against Josslyn, planting evidence, manipulating the narrative, positioning himself as either a witness or a concerned party, while Josslyn has absolutely no idea that the ground beneath her feet is crumbling. She is walking into a trap that has been carefully set, and by the time she realizes it, it may already be too late. Now, let us talk about Josslyn for a moment, because this character has been through it. She is Carly's daughter. She has the Jack's fire in her blood. She has survived grief, heartbreak, betrayal, and loss in ways that would have broken most people. She has always fought back. She has always found a way through. But this, being accused of shooting someone, having evidence stacked against her by someone working in the shadows, this is a different kind of battle. This is not something you punch your way out of. This is a trap built on lies, and the person telling those lies has had time to make them look like the truth. And think about how this hits the people around her. Carly Corinthos is not going to sit quietly while her daughter faces a criminal accusation. You know Carly. She will flip tables. She will call in favors. She will go to war without hesitation. But here is the cruel irony. The more Carly fights without knowing who the real enemy is, the more chaos she might accidentally create. Because when you are swinging hard at shadows, sometimes you miss the real target entirely. And what about the investigation itself? Port Charles law enforcement has never exactly been a model of precision and justice. We have seen cases get botched, evidence get mishandled, and innocent people get caught in the machinery of an investigation gone wrong. So the question is not just whether Josslyn is innocent. We know she is. The question is whether anyone in a position of authority is going to look past the obvious and dig into what actually happened. Will someone see through Cassius' framing before it is too late? Now, let us talk about Cassius and what makes this so dangerous. Because this is not someone acting out of panic. Panic makes people sloppy. Panic makes people leave loose ends. What Cassius appears to be doing is deliberate. It is strategic. He had a reason for what happened to Cullum, and now he has a reason to make sure someone else takes the fall. Choosing Josslyn was not random. Think about it. She is young. She is emotional. She has history. She is the kind of person that a calculated manipulator could make look guilty if the right pieces are in place. And Cassius, it seems, has been placing those pieces very carefully. This is the kind of villain that is genuinely terrifying, not because he is loud or violent or unpredictable, but because he is patient. He watches. He waits. He finds the angle and he works it. And by the time you realize what he has done, the damage is already done. You are watching General Hospital Media, and we are just getting to the good part. So here is where the real tension builds. Cullum has been shot. The investigation is open. And somewhere in the middle of all this, there's going to come a moment, and the spoilers are pointing toward this hard, where someone starts to poke holes in the official narrative. Maybe it is someone who knows Josslyn and refuses to believe she did this. Maybe it is someone who has been watching Cassius and noticed something off. Maybe it is Josslyn herself, finally realizing that the walls are closing in and deciding she is not going down without a fight. Because here is what Cassius might not have fully accounted for. Josslyn Jax does not fold. She has Carly's instincts and Jason Morgan's world in her DNA. She grew up watching people navigate impossible situations. She may not have all the answers yet, but the moment she understands the game being played against her, something is going to shift. And that shift could be the beginning of Cassius' undoing. But before that happens, things are going to get worse. That is almost always how Port Charles works. Before the truth comes out, it gets buried deeper. Before the real villain is exposed, the wrong person takes more heat. And Josslyn is going to have to endure being looked at differently. By people who do not know her, by law enforcement, maybe even by some people in her circle who momentarily let doubt creep in. That kind of emotional weight is brutal. And the show is going to play every bit of it. Now think about what this does to Josslyn's relationships. Whoever she is closest to right now, whoever is standing beside her, they are about to be tested. Real loyalty shows up in moments like this. When someone you love is accused of something serious and the evidence looks bad on paper, that is when you find out who actually believes in them. And Port Charles has never been short on people who turn when the heat rises. The fallout from this is going to ripple across multiple storylines. A shooting accusation does not stay contained. It touches family, it touches legal drama, it touches friendships, it touches love interests. This is the kind of plot point that the writers use to blow open multiple doors at once, and right now, all those doors are swinging wide open. And somewhere in all of this, Cullum himself is a piece of this puzzle that we still do not have fully figured out. What was his involvement before the shooting? What does he know? And if he recovers, everything could change in an instant. The story Cassius has built depends on a certain version of events holding together. The moment any part of that version gets challenged by a credible voice, especially someone who was actually there, the whole frame starts to crack. That is the powder keg sitting right at the center of this storyline. And General Hospital is loading it slowly, deliberately, building the pressure until something explodes. So what do you think is going to happen? Is Josslyn going to be arrested? Is Carly going to figure out what Cassius is doing before the law makes a move? Is there someone else in Port Charles who knows more about that shooting than they have let on? And most importantly, when Cassius' frame job finally starts to fall apart, how bad is it going to get for him? Because in Port Charles, people who play games like this do not usually get to walk away clean. The truth has a way of finding the light. It is just about how much damage gets done before it gets there. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think Josslyn will be arrested before anyone figures out the truth? Do you think Cassius has an accomplice we have not seen yet? And who do you think is going to be the one to finally expose him? Carly, Josslyn herself, or someone we are not even thinking about? This community has the best theories in the game, and I want to hear every single one of them. If this breakdown had you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button right now. Share this video with every General Hospital fan you know, because the drama is accelerating and you do not want your people to miss a single second of it. Subscribe to General Hospital Media so you never fall behind on Port Charles. Notifications on, because we are updating this story the moment new details drop. This is General Hospital Media, your source for Port Charles breaking drama, and we will see you in the next one. Because trust me, what is coming next? You are not ready.